You for letting me tune in, lady, and thank you for letting me tune in. I would like to tell all the people that's going back to Lowndes County and Gordonville and Mosses and Molasses and Brown Hall, Beige Hall and Burgundy Hall and Blue Hall. All the people that's going back to those places in the next few years, don't be mean to the people here because everybody's not being mean to you like they being mean to me. I promise you, I know they're not. There's no way people being that mean to you. Because if they was being that mean to you, you would have started a movement a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? You would have had a lawsuit against Walmart and Target and Whole Foods along. The first time they played with your food, you would have had a major class action against their ass, and you probably would have got your money because the FDA don't play about that, lane. They just don't. They don't play about people putting stuff in people's food intentionally, you know what I mean? They don't play about that, you know what I mean? They'll bring a swift trial on your ass. Sometimes they'll just shut the store down, you know. They have been known to do that. A store could have plenty of business, but if they find out they're tampering with your food intentionally, man, I've seen franchises and stuff just get completely wiped out and shut down because of that. You know what I'm saying? Let me assure you, they don't, they not mad at you like they mad at me, you know what I mean? People been mad at me for a long time because, it's very just strange reasons and stuff like that. I just always, for some reason, I don't know how my mom never got hooked up with them colonials and them Aryans, but some kind of way they did, and it's terrible, it really is. It's terrible she ever wrote insurance and shit for them colonials and Aryans. I hate she got into that. You know what I'm saying? She probably thinks she one of them, and they probably think she one of them. I don't know, man. All I can tell you is terrible. You know what I mean? Because if you better believe, if it's on the envelope that they are colonial and the Aryan, goddamn it, you better believe they believe it to their heart. Like, they ain't just putting it goddamn on no envelope if they don't mean it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? They bold enough to tell you what their address is. You already know they ready for the friction. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? They got it on the envelope that they Aryans and colonials, and they tell you right how to get to their house, you know what I mean? So you know they ready for the heat, you know what I mean? So you already know they got something out there just in case. You know they ain't got enough for the real deal, though, you know? But they probably got enough for the locals or some bullshit like that. But they is definitely not ready for the real drama, you better believe that. Them motherfuckers will be running like roaches when you turn the lights on. If the real heat came to their ass, you better believe that. They'll be calling so many goddamn police and ambulance because really they didn't mean it like. What they really mean is this is our heritage. We know it's Aryan and supremacist, but we don't care about you knowing. And we're going to do it like this. That's what they're trying to say. It's a friendly kind of hate, you know what I mean? It's a friendly kind of hate. A lot of times you got to ask that cat, how did that cat get caught up in the tree? You know what I mean? How did that cat get away from the house? A lot of white girls is married to stuff like, Panthers and stuff. A lot of people don't know how the hell Tina Marie got hooked up with Rick James. What the hell is Tina Marie doing with Rick James? Man, I bet them white folks were so goddamn confused about that shit. Man, what the hell is going on? We finally got us a woman that sings like Whitney Houston and Aretha Franklin, and she's out there with a goddamn gigolo. Man, I bet them white folks are so goddamn mad at Rick James about that shit. They was mad at Tina Marie and Rick James. You better believe it. I bet some white folks could not breathe because they already knew what Rick James was doing. You know what I mean? Rick James was a straight up goddamn lunatic, man. And he got his hands on that goddamn white girl, man. You know what I mean? Locked her in the room for days and weeks and stuff. With chains and balls and dildos and monster dildos and super duper dildos. Dildos with spikes and Roman candles. Electronic dildos. Rick James dildos. And he was in there with that goddamn sweet lily flower that never did anything to anybody. So that's how white people look at it. Even if she was strung out on heroin and maybe she talked back to her mom and maybe she threw all her dad's goddamn money in the toilet. At the end of the day, that was nothing compared to spending the night with Rick James, you know what I'm saying? Because they just said Rick James is one awful Negro. He's awful. If we could do something about it, man, we do something. You know, he's hooked up with all those goddamn gang lords and leaders and all those rival nations. He's friends with them, just like Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman's supposed to be in prison, man. You know that. He got Carmen Electra and put that baby goddamn giraffe leg on. What are you doing with that giraffe leg on Carmen Electra's back? You freaking jerk! But they couldn't say it though, because Dennis Rodman is Kim Jong-il's girlfriend. You see what I'm saying? And ain't nothing you can do about it. I don't care how tall he is. When he gets to Kim Jong-il, he got to bend down or take them panties down. You see what I'm saying? I got him on tape singing happy birthday to him with a goddamn white wedding dress on, baby. Hey. You see what I'm saying? You know, you always say that Kim Jong-il got a little rocket. Not when Dennis Rodman come to town. Trying to tell you, you got to let that man put some Victoria's Secrets on, buddy, and hit the master bedroom suite. See what I'm saying? Cause you better believe, man, when they get those goddamn dictators together, I mean ruthless dictators. Now you know Kim Jong-il killed his own brother and uncle, man. Man, that dude is really ruthless. You gotta be crazy as hell to kill your own uncle and your own goddamn your nephew, uncle, and brother, man. And they said it wasn't no real solid reason why he did it. He just felt offended by something. You better believe Dennis Rodman finna take them panties off when he come over there. Do not wear your photo balloon. Oh no. No wear no photo balloon to see no Kim. Oh no. Wear your panty. Wear a panty, bring basketball. Oh, baby. Cause you already know. You know it costs a whole lot of money to take care of Carmen Electra. And Carmen Electra said, you want some of this snow bunny, nigga, you better get out there and get it. You know what I'm saying? I bet Carmen Electra got Dennis Rodman on the stroll. You better get out there and bring some money back to the house. You see what I'm saying? And he got to do it. You want your snow bunny, nigga, you got to bring some money back to Hollywood. You got to bring some money back to the mansion. And a lot of times you see Dennis Rodman, he got blonde hair and a white wedding dress on. You know, he got a piercing everywhere. Everywhere can be pierced, he's pierced, you know. But what the lady says, you know, I know a lot of white people, they're not really used to this. They like, could you just tone it down some? Could you just be a little more considerate? But I'm gonna tell you why I do what I do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you because I have to be like Steve Harvey. You have to say, we want you to be syndicated, we're gonna pay you for real, and we want you to stop using profanity. That's the only way that I'm gonna be able to end it, because until you pay me the right way, it's gonna have to be like this, you know what I mean? But you know, that's how Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy finally got white folks to stop stealing from them and pay them real money, because they said, look, we can't take no more of that. But see, they had to play it because everybody else, you know, like the leaders around every nation, they was demanding that they hear it every day. They wanted to hear stuff like that, Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, and, you know, Andrew Dice Clay and stuff like that. So they couldn't stop it. The only thing they could do was say, look, we'll make a deal with you. If you stop cussing, because the kids and stuff they want to watch it too, you know, and then they forced to pay and they really don't, you know. You know, a lot of times white people just feel like they don't owe you anything. I was trying to explain it to the dudes at the salon. White folks just feel like they don't owe you anything, you know what I mean? They just don't. I mean, I just said it's a breach of understanding. They don't, I mean, you gonna pay them, but they not gonna pay you unless you put them up against that wall, you know. You gotta put them against that Iron Maiden and that guillotine, and then they'll start negotiating, you know, but they just don't. And that dude said, man, that's why I can't stand them, man, because they sitting up there telling you can't date they women, but they all on the internet banging your girls with no protection. You know what I'm saying? And I said, man, they don't feel like they owe you anything. They feel like they can do you, but you can't do them. You know what I mean? It's just something, it's a phenomenon about them. It can't be explained. That's just the way they are. You know what I mean? But he said, hell nah. He said, I ain't trying to hear that shit, you know what I mean? But you'll get in trouble though. If you go too far and attack them, you gonna go to jail and not them. You see what I'm saying? Even though they did you wrong.